Yo, what up guys? In today's video I'm going to show you how to network two devices together. So as I said, if I make any mistakes, sorry. If you have any recommendations, any advice, how can I improve my videos for you so you're having more fun or you enjoy more content, make sure to leave a comment, and if you can subscribe, leave a like as well, I'll be happy. Right, so let's stop talking and let me do the work, and let me show you how to network two devices together. Now, you might have this problem as well. I've had this problem. The reason is because when I was actually doing a couple months before, I never had this problem. Right, so I know you're probably going to say it, but I don't know any networking knowledge, right? So networking it's not hard. At least IPv4 and the local host is not hard. Sorry, your local IP address, your private IP address, not your public. Public is different. On the screen right now, I'll probably explain what's different between public and your private. I'll say in the video as well. So basically, public is where you want to keep private. That's where your actual ISP, internet service provider, IP address. That's what gives, that basically what identifies you. That's what you want to keep secret. Your private IP address is basically just like your device machine on your local network. So example, you know how you like devices start 192.168, whatever. That's your private IP address. You can expose that to anybody you want. They can't do anything about it, right? Unless they're connected to your network, then it's a different story. But what's the chance? So basically, to connect two devices together without using any routers or any other devices, the two devices needs to be on the same network. So for example, we're going to use, I'll show you in a minute. So ifconfig is for Kali or Linux. Fconfig. So as you can see, this is my private IP address. Add subnetmask as well. Broadcast, you don't really need to worry about broadcast address. Broadcast address is basically broadcasting. If you, for example, if I was to ping this, it will basically ping every single device on my network. And this number can change because obviously, as the network gets smaller, the IP in class gets smaller. If that makes any sense. As I said, I'll make a networking video. Do I want to make it? No. Do I have to? Yes. I just need to get some time and get some materials to make it, so I can make it as easy to understand and as good of a video I can make it, right? Now, because this is a 192.168 is a class C IP address, because there's 3 classes. There's 5, but we don't need to worry about the other 2. There's A, B, C, D, and E. We need to worry about A, B, C, right? You don't need to worry about anything else for now. And for this video, we're using class C IP address, which means it starts with 192. Which means the 3 digits define the network, because it's 3 octets, right? Which means, just if you don't know what I'm talking about, what world I'm coming from, just do what I'm doing and you'll be fine. It'll work for you as well. Just do what I'm doing, right? So basically that means that these 3 parts define the network that we're on. And the last digits, it needs to start from basically 2 to 254. It cannot be 255 because that's the broadcast IP address, and like 192.168.11.1 is the default gateway or the network address. Which means we cannot use these two. These 2 IP addresses are basically reserved, which means we can have 254 devices on the one particular network. So we have 254 IP addresses that we can use. What I usually do is as simple as I can. Either I do 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. Right? Whatever you want. So basically, I just put 193 because that's my Kali default IP address. I've not changed this, I just keep the same. So what we need to do now, so how do we actually check, how do we check if 2 devices can speak to each other? We need to do the local IP addresses. So we do go to our Windows machine. As you can see, I'll just make it bigger for you. So as you can see, our IP address, if you go ipconfig/all and you look for IPv4 address and your Ethernet 0, I'll show you in a second how to, because for example, my private computer, my actual computer that I'm recording on, has about 10 different Ethernet adapters, right? Because it has virtual machines as well, so that's why it has extra. Your my computer have more, less, whatever, it doesn't really matter, right? So as you can see, I already changed the IP address. I'll show you how to change as well. Don't worry, I'll show you everything, right? So you just go IP config, and if you have more than, example, I don't know, 5, and you don't know which IP address you should check, just go to your right corner. Oh, sorry, you can't see on the screen. Just go to your right corner, click on the internet. There'll be like a Wi-Fi or like a, you know, the little computer with a plug. Just right click, open network and sharing center. Go, and there you go, there's connections. It will show you Ethernet 0. This is your actual, or like example, if you want to check more adapters, go to change adapter settings. As you can see, this is your Ethernet 0. This is your connection that you're connected on. It might be more, doesn't matter. Just do what I'm doing. So now, if you have, example, have a different IP address, that's fine. Don't change it right now because you're gonna have to change it again. What you do is basically go to, for example, I'm going my Kali, so let's use our Kali machine. Let's go to manage virtual machine settings. And as you can see, I have a network adapter. Just click on custom and VMnet 2 or like 7. Don't click NAT because NAT doesn't work. Hostone I've not checked, but just use it VMnet 2, okay? Click on it. Go back to your Windows machine or whatever machine you have. Do the same thing for this machine as well. As I said, it needs to be on the same network. So custom VMnet 2, right? Okay, that's done. As soon as you've done this, it's okay. Right now, go to your Ethernet 0. Go to right click, I'll show you again, properties. Go to IPv4 TCP IPv4 properties and use the following IP address. 192.168.11.30. Now, as I said, if you don't know networking, just do what I'm doing, or if you want to change it, change this number, the last digits, to basically anything between 2 and 254. Subnet mask should fill it itself, but if it doesn't, just set it to 255, 255, 255.0. Why do we set it to this? Because it's a class C address and we're not changing anything, any subnetting. Subnetting is a different topic. That is a different level of networking. Don't ask me about it, please. I hate it. I actually do. I'm not very good at it, but I understand it. I know how to calculate it. I hate it. I usually make mistakes and thinking what the fuck is going on. Right, doesn't matter, right? As soon as you set this, what you might need to do is restart your Windows machine. That's what I had to do. So as soon as you hit this, set the IP address, just restart your machine. Go to your Kali machine or whatever you have, as I said, fconfig, and check your IP address. It might be something different. So go to your right corner, edit connections, wired connection, this gear that we have over here. Set IPv4, manual, and set the IP address I have. Same thing. The only thing you can change is the last digits, as I said. Change it to anything you want. Netmask is the same because that subnet mask is just short for, and Linux is short for that. Gateway is the default gateway. Leave it as it is. Don't change anything if you don't know, okay? Now, basically, if you restart your Kali again, or restart whatever, just right, what happens is, how do I check connections? How do I check if my virtual machine and my actual Windows machine is connected? Basically, all you do is go ping 192.168.11.30. You don't ping yourself because that is not going to do anything. Ping the other machine, and as you can see, as soon as you get 64 bytes from the IP address, it keeps going. In Linux, it keeps going forever, unless you tell it to stop. How do I get it to stop? If you don't know, you just press Ctrl and C. So Ctrl C stops anything you do. If you're breaking, like if you're brute forcing, a password, that stops it from basically attacking. From attacking, as I said. How do I check on the other machine? Well, guess what? It's the same thing. So we just do cmd ping 192.168.11.39, and as soon as you get reply, it keeps going. And I believe if I do like -n times 10, it's going to go for 10 times. Yep, as you can see, you can specify how many times you want the machine to be pinged. As you can see, it worked. And if you want to check basically this statistics, this is about latency and stuff. So packets sent 10, received 10, lost 0% loss, which means our connection is very good. There's no sort of loss. Now, how do we actually, loss is also good because, like, example, your connection might be bad. Your like cables might be a bit slow, or they might be bad, or there might be just a problem. That's how you also check. Example, if I was to check anything else. So basically this is how you like troubleshoot your connections, if it's bad or not. So hope I've showed you everything. If you have any questions, make sure to hit me in the comments. I'll try to respond as soon as I possible can, as soon as possible. Sorry, as soon as I can. I'm working as well. I'm not, just sitting in front of my computer hacking all day. Because that'll be boring as well, right? So now, before I just finish the video, make sure that basically what happened is you might not have internet connection. That's okay. You don't want to have a connection on a pawned machine anyways. And by the way, if your ping don't work, if your pings don't work, what you might need to do is go to your firewall and disable the firewall. Why do we disable firewall? Because basically Windows by default sort of doesn't allow pings. What you can do, which I'll show you in the next video, about firewalls, because this is actually, when I found this out, actually I never knew you can do this. I knew, but I thought it's like more complicated. It's not, it's very easy. What you do is go advanced settings, and as you can see, there's some stuff. I don't suggest playing around with this on your host machine if you don't know what this does, because you might have some problems. I'm pretty sure you can, you can restore default policy, but it might fuck up your computer and it might make your computer weaker. So as I said, if you're having problems with pinging the machines and they can't talk to each other, just disable the firewall, because as I said, the firewall is what keeps your computer safe. And this is why, again, you should keep your computer safe with a firewall, third-party firewall, because Windows Defender, especially on the latest, earlier versions, on some Windows 7, 8, 10 as well, I think, it's not very good. That's why you need a third party, because third party are also better. And by the way, pay for a third party. In the comment section, I will just put some third party antiviruses that you can use. They're free. I use a third party and I've never been, disappointed by my firewall. So, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you can subscribe, leave a comment, and if you have any questions, make sure to leave me comments. I might make a Discord server for you guys to join and ask me any questions, or just anything you want. So see you in the next video.